శ్రీ ముత్తవరపు వెంకటేశ్వరరావు కాలేజ్ ఆఫ్ ఇంజనీరింగ్ అండ్ టెక్నాలజీ 2008 లో స్థాపించిన కళాశాలలో MBA, NAC A గ్రేడ్ మరియు ISO సర్టిఫికేషన్ సాధించిన మొట్టమొదటి కళాశాల శ్రీ ముత్తవరపు వెంకటేశ్వరరావు కాలేజ్ ఆఫ్ ఇంజనీరింగ్ అండ్ టెక్నాలజీ త్వరలో అటానమస్ కాబోతోంది.
2014లో ISO గుర్తింపు, 2015లో రాష్ట్ర ప్రభుత్వంచే A గ్రేడ్, 2016లో NAC A గ్రేడ్, ఇప్పుడు NBA సాధించిన సంస్థ శ్రీ ముత్తవరపు వెంకటేశ్వరరావు కాలేజ్ ఆఫ్ ఇంజనీరింగ్ అండ్ టెక్నాలజీ.
Good morning everyone. In the last classes we discussed about the Hall effect and continuity equations. Okay. Today I would like to explain Fermi levels and junction diode characteristics. That means open circuited step graded PN junction and PN junction diode, types of diodes, biasings, forward biasing and reverse biasing. Okay. First of all, Fermi levels. What do you mean by Fermi level or Fermi energy? So Fermi energy is the concept in quantum mechanics usually referred to the energy difference between the highest and lowest occupied single particle states in the quantum system of non-interacting at a absolute zero temperature. Okay. The value of Fermi level at absolute zero temperature is known as the Fermi energy. First of all, in the intrinsic semiconductor, first we consider the intrinsic semiconductor in the Fermi level. In intrinsic semiconductor, this is also called the pure semiconductor. In this, electrons and electron hole pairs are generated due to thermal generation. The number of electrons and holes are always equal in number in this intrinsic semiconductor. In energy band diagram, in this is the energy band diagram. This is the energy band diagram. This is the valency band and this is the conduction band. EC means energy in the energy level in the conduction band. EV is the energy level in the valency band. EF is the Fermi energy level. EF. This is the Fermi level. This is the T equal to 0 degree Kelvin at absolute 0 degree Kelvin. This is the Fermi level. This is the energy band diagram for the intrinsic semiconductors. The energy band diagram, the probability that the energy level is occupied by an electron is known as the Fermi-Dirac probability function. Once again repeat that. In energy band diagram, the probability that the energy level is occupied by an electron is known as the Fermi-Dirac probability function. This is denoted by f of E. That is the expression f of E equal to 1 by 1 plus Q power E minus EF by KT. K is the Boltzmann constant, T is the temperature, EF is the Fermi level or characteristics energy for a crystal in electron volts, and E is the energy level occupied by an electron eV. The Fermi level EF indicates, this is EF. EF indicates the probability of the occurrence of an energy level by an electron. This is the energy level by an electron. The probability of occurrence of an energy level by an electron. In intrinsic semiconductor, the probability of finding an electron in the conduction band is 0 and the probability of finding a hole in the valency band is 0 at absolute, that is T equal to 0 degree Kelvin. Okay. In intrinsic semiconductor, the number of electrons and holes are always equal in number. So, the probability of finding an electron in the conduction band is 0 and probability of finding hole in valency band is also be 0 at 0 degree Kelvin. Now let EC be the lowest energy level. This is the lowest in this band, conduction band. This is the lowest energy level in the conduction band, while EV be the highest energy level in the valency band. This is the valency band. EV is the highest. So highest energy level in the conduction band. EV is the highest energy level in the valency band. EC is the lowest energy level in the conduction band. EV is the highest energy level in valency band. Suppose as temperature increases, equal number of electrons and holes get generated. Hence, probability of finding electron in conduction band and the probability of finding hole in valency band is same in intrinsic semiconductor. The Fermi level in such case is given by EF equal to EC plus EV by 2. This is the EC plus EV by 2. That indicates the EF. This is the center of the energy level. EF is the center of the energy level. In intrinsic semiconductor, Fermi level exits center. Thus, in the energy band diagram, the Fermi level of the intrinsic semiconductor lies at the center of the forbidden energy band. Okay, hence energy band diagram for intrinsic semiconductor. This is the conduction band EC and this is the valency band EV. This is the EF, Fermi level energy. Okay, in the intrinsic semiconductor, the valency band and the conduction band, both electrons and holes are equal numbers. As temperature increases, in this also the electrons and holes are equal number. So Fermi level, the probability of the Fermi level is EF equal to, both are equal, so EC plus EV by 2. That means the Fermi level in the center of the forbidden gap indicates equal concentrations of the free electrons and holes. The Fermi level for intrinsic semiconductor lies at the center of the forbidden energy band. Okay, next one, Fermi level in extrinsic semiconductor. Fermi levels in extrinsic semiconductor. When the impurities are added to the intrinsic semiconductor, the allowable energy levels are introduced and the material becomes the extrinsic semiconductor. That means impurities are added, that means doping. In the allowable energy levels are introduced and the material becomes the extrinsic semiconductors. In extrinsic semiconductors, there are two types, N type and P type. Okay, in N type semiconductors, a donor impurity is added. Such a donor atom donates one free electron and there are large number of free electrons available in the conduction band. Okay, in this N-type semiconductor, donor impurity is added. Such donor atom donates one free electron and there are large number of free electrons available in the conduction band. The donor energy level corresponding to the donor impurity added is just below the conduction band. This is the diagram. Okay, this is conduction band and a valency band. EC is the energy level in the conduction band, EV is the energy level in the valency band. The donor energy level corresponding to the donor impurity added is just below the conduction band. This indicates the this is the conduction band. This is the ED, donor energy level, just below the conduction band. Okay, the donor level is indicated as ED. This is indicated as ED, donor energy level, and its distance is 0.01 electron volts below the conduction band. This is the below the conduction band. ED is the below the conduction band. ED means donor energy levels. This donor energy levels indicated as ED. Okay, and germanium, while it is the 0.05 electron volts below the conduction band in silicon. As this distance is very small, even at room temperature, almost all the extra electrons from the donor impurity atoms jump into the conduction band. Hence, number of free electrons is very large in case of N material. In N-type material, majority carriers are the electrons, minority carriers are the holes. So, hence, number of free electrons is very large in case of the N-type material. Due to free electrons, the probability of occurring the energy level by an electrons towards the conduction band is more. Towards the conduction band is more. More number of electrons is there. The probability is indicated by the Fermi level is EF. So, in N-type material, the Fermi level EF gets shifted towards the conduction band. In this conduction band and this is the N-type conductor. This is the N-type semiconductor. In this N-type semiconductors, electrons are the majority carriers, holes are the minority carriers. In this electrons are majority carriers. Number of electrons is in conduction band. More number of electrons, free electrons are in conduction band. So, EF shift towards the conduction band. But it is below the donor energy level. The overall energy band diagram for N-type material shown in figure. And in P-type material, acceptor impurity is added. This is the acceptor energy levels. Due to this, large number of holes gets created in the valency band. In P-type material, holes are the majority carriers and electrons are the minority carriers. The acceptor energy level corresponding to the acceptor impurity gets introduced, which is indicated as a EA and is very close to the valency band, just above it. Okay, this is the P-type semiconductor in this conduction band, and this is the valency band. Valency band energy level is indicated by EV. Conduction band that is indicated by energy level is indicated by AC. So, in this P-type material, holes are the majority carriers and electrons are the minority carriers. More number of holes in valency band. So, EF shift towards the valency band. Fermi level shift towards the valency band. At room temperature, the electrons from valency band jump to the acceptor energy level, leaving behind the holes in valency band. Okay, this shifts the Fermi level EF towards the valency band. It lies above the acceptor energy level. This is the acceptor energy level. This lies above the EF. The overall energy band diagram for P-type material. This is the overall diagram of the P-type material. Okay, this is the N-type material and this is the P-type material. In N-type material, electrons are the majority carriers, holes are the minority carriers. In this electrons are majority carriers. In this more number of free electrons are in conduction band. This is the donor energy level, just below the conduction band. Okay, so more number of electrons in this EF is shifted towards the conduction band. This is the just below the donor energy level. In this P-type material, this is the conduction band EC, energy level in EC. This is the valency band. Valency band energy is the energy level is EV. In this P-type material, holes are the majority carriers electrons are the minority carriers. So more number of holes are there in valency band. This is the accepted energy level just above the valency band. So in this more number of holes, Fermi level automatically shift towards the valency band. This is the Fermi levels in p type, in n type and p type. Okay. The next topic, junction diode characteristics. Already we have seen that two types of extrinsic semiconductors, that they are n type and p type. Okay. In n type, the electrons are the majority charge carriers while holes are the minority charge carriers. In p type, holes are the majority charge carriers and electrons are the minority charge carriers. Okay. These two types of materials, namely n-type and p-type, are chemically combined with a special fabrication technique to form a p-n junction. Okay. Already we know n-type and p-type. These two types of materials, n-type and p-type, are chemically combined with a special fabrication technique to form a p-n junction. Such a semiconductor p-n junction forms a popular electronic device called the diode. The diode is the basic element of number of electronic systems. Okay. First of all, open circuited step graded p-n junction. This is the step graded. So this is step. So called the step graded p-n junction. P-type and n-type, these two materials are chemically combined with the special fabrication technique is called the p-n junction. This is the p-n junction. Okay. Let x equal to 0. This is x equal to 0. This is the x equal to 0 condition with the uniform doping in each region. These two are the uniform doping. P is uniformly doped and N is uniformly doped. Both types of charge carriers, majority as well as minority, exist in each region, assuming a thermal equilibrium. The interface between the two regions at x equal to 0 is called the metallurgical junction. Okay, in this P side, this is the P side and this is the N side. In this P side, P suffix P, this is the P suffix P, is the majority charge carrier concentration, that is equal to Na. PP and P suffix P. PP means in P side P. Okay, P is the majority charge carrier concentration. In P side lo holes are the charge carriers. So PP is the majority charge carrier concentration, that is equal to acceptor atoms. Na means acceptor atoms. Okay, in N side, suppose on P side PP is the majority charge carrier concentration. On P side, NP is the minority charge carrier concentration. Okay, you understood? In P side, holes are the majority charge carriers and electrons are the minority charge carriers. That's why PP is the majority charge carrier concentration, that is equal to Na, and NP. NP means minority charge carrier concentration. Okay, suppose on N side. N side means Nn is the majority charge carrier concentration. In N side, electrons are the majority charge carriers and holes are the minority charge carriers. That's why, so Nn is the majority charge carrier concentration, that is equal to Nd. Pn is the minority charge carrier concentration. Okay. As electrons are in majority and holes are in minority, that's why Pn is less than Nn. at the junction at x equal to 0. That is the x equal to 0. This is the junction, PN junction. The large changes in the carrier concentrations occurs. In this junction, there are the large changes. As the junction is crossed from P side to N side, that is, holes are moving P side to N side. At the junction, there are sudden decrease in the hole concentration from PP to PN. Okay, as the junction is crossed from P side to N side, holes are crossing from P side to N side. At the junction, there are sudden decrease in the hole concentration. So there are the sudden decrease in hole concentration in this sudden decrease in the hole concentration from PP to PN. So this is the PP to PN. Hole concentration is decreased due to diffusion. Similarly, there are sudden increase in the electron concentration from NP to NN. This is the electron concentration from NP to NN. This is the NP. NP to NN, electron concentration is increased. Okay, so in the N side, electrons are moving from N side to P side. Whole electron concentration is increased. These changes in the carrier concentrations at the junction are shown. Can be seen that at x equal to 0, that is, at the junction, the changes in the concentrations of the carriers are sudden increase. In holes, there is a decrease in concentration. In electrons, there is an increase in concentration. These sudden changes appear at the step. This is the step. Step type changes at the junction. For the holes, there is a step change from PP to PN. This is a step change from PP to PN. While for the electrons, there is a step change from NP to NN. This is the NP to NN at the x equal to 0. Due to this, PN junction is called the step graded. This is the step graded PN junction. Okay. And next, another one, formation of the depletion region. This is the very important. This is the depletion region. In step graded PN junction, there exists a concentration gradient near the junction. This is the concentration gradient near the junction. There are a large number of holes on P side. Okay, while very small number of holes in N side. So in P side, more number of holes. So in P side, majority carriers are the electrons, holes. In P side, majority charge carriers are the holes. In N side, minority charge carriers are the holes. So that's why in this more number of holes are there. In this less number of the holes. So there are large number of holes on P side, while very small number of holes in N side near the junction. Thus, holes start from moving from P side to N side. Holes are moving from P side to N side, that is higher concentration area towards the lower concentration area. This is called diffusion. Higher concentration to lower concentration. Similarly, the electrons on N side. So, similarly, the electrons on N side starts diffusing across the junction into P side. In this N side, more number of the electrons are in N side, less number of electrons in P side. This is the diffusion. As holes enter the N region, holes are in P side, holes are entering to the N region, they find number of donor atoms. Okay, the holes recombine with the donor atoms. The holes are in these holes are the positive charge. So these holes are recombined with the donor atoms. As donor atoms accept additional holes, they become the positive charged immobilable ions. These are all the positive charged immobile. They are not movable. This happens immediately when the holes cross the junction. Hence, number of positively charged immobilable ions gets formed near the junction on N side. These are all the immobile positive ions in N side. Similarly, atoms on P side are acceptor atoms. These are all the acceptor atoms. Thus, electrons are diffusing from N side to P side, recombine with the acceptor atoms on P side. As acceptor atoms accept additional electrons, they become negatively charged immobilable ions. These are all the in P side negatively charged immobilable ions. In N side positively charged immobilable ions. Okay, such large number of negatively charged immobilable ions gets formed near the junction on P side. The formation of immobilable ions near the junction is shown. As more number of holes diffuse on N side, large number of positive charge gets accumulated on the N side near the junction. Eventually, the diffusing holes which are positively charged get repelled due to accumulated positive charge on N side and the diffusion of the holes on holes stops. Similarly, due to large negative charge, these are all negative charge accumulated on P side, diffusing electrons get repelled, same polarity. So that's why repelled, and eventually the diffusion of electrons also stops. Thus, in thermal equilibrium, in the region near the junction, there exists a wall of negative immobilable charges on P side and a wall of positive immobilable charges on N side. In this region, there are no mobile charge carriers. Such region is depleted of the free mobile charge carriers and hence is called the depletion region or depletion layer. This is called the depletion region or depletion layer. The depletion region gets formed in open circuited PN junction. This is the open circuited PN junction. Very quickly, the depletion region is also called space charge region. In equilibrium condition, the depletion region gets widened up to a point where no further electrons or holes can cross the junction. Thus, depletion region acts as a barrier. The physical distance from one side to another side of the depletion region is called the width of the depletion region. This is the width of the depletion region. Practically, width of the depletion region is very small and is of the order of 0.5 to 1 micron, where 1 micron is 10 power minus 6 meters. The depletion region is extremely thin compared to N and P regions. Okay.